Alright guys, this is Adrian again with 911 Gadgets. We are we're gonna fix this iPhone 6s screen. You guys can see it here. It's pretty beat up. Let me turn off this light real quick so you guys can see it a little bit better. When is I can show it to you here. And basically customer came in saying that the rear camera is not working. It has some black spots on it. Also the screen is pretty messed up. You guys can see it here. It flickers, it has all kinds of lines going through it. And she also she asked if we could change her frame to a rose gold one. I call them pink because they look pink. Well, yes we can. Alright, so let's go over to hands main no scope. There we go. I'm going to change this right here. I'll change that later. So our hours are actually from Monday through Friday 10 to 6 and Saturdays 10 to 4. Sundays were closed. I'll fix that soon. Well, let's get started on the 6S. We are changing the screen and the frame and the camera. You guys feel free to chat. Hello guys. See if anybody's actually watching right now. It's okay. Alright, so first things first, we want to power the phone off. And here is my donor frame. Looks in real good shape. It already has a battery and everything. All I gotta do is remove the motherboard from it. And you guys are gonna have to bear with me. Give me a second.
What's that?
Price repairs. Steven? Yeah, what's the number for you? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Alright, we'll call you there, okay? Alright. Off that light for the restroom, whoever uses it. Huh? Alright, we're back. We're back. So, if you're watching, you need to say hello to the comments. Alright, so where were we? I'm gonna edit this video, so for you guys watching streaming the stream, whatever, thanks for your patience. I will cut these scenes where it takes a while, where I go help a customer and stuff. Alright, so actually I'm not gonna do this yet. I'm gonna go ahead and open her phone first, see what that looks like. So here we go. You start with the bottom pentalobe or hex screws. There you go. Let me see if I can get it out. There you go. So you got the two bottom screws. I'll put these to the side. I need a blade. There we go. And she did ask me if there was water damage on this phone, if there was any indicators. And there you have your indicators right there. So yes, I will go and tell her there's water damage. The screen is off. We turned it off already. So let's remove the battery. Well, unplug the battery. We're gonna unplug the battery real quick. Now, because this phone had water damage, and I don't know whoever fixed it before, they didn't put the LCD shield back. There's a shield that goes here, but it's all right. I mean, sometimes you can just secure it with tape. Like in this case, we won't have a shield because we don't have it here, we don't have it there. So I'm just gonna put tape on hers since it already came like that. And this is her board. We're gonna go ahead and unplug her charging port, which is right here. And we need to unplug this antenna right about there. There you go. We need to take off that SIM tray, take out that SIM tray, and the SIM tray is stuck. So we're going to push it from the inside. Hopefully this will pry it. Alright, that thing is stuck. So what other way can we do it? Let's try it again with the little SIM tray pick. Yeah, that thing is not working. Maybe they put a SIM tray that doesn't belong there, you know? Sometimes they'll put an iPhone 6 SIM tray and an iPhone 6s. Well, they're different, and you can kind of tell that's a little darker. Let's see if I turn this off. You see it's a little darker than the frame, so golly. Okay, what do we do here? Let's unplug the camera. That's the rear camera. Let me see if I can get to it from here. The frame can get damaged, it's okay. Oh my goodness, how are we gonna get this out? Let's see. This thing is really in there, man. I don't want to mess up my tweezers. God dang it. How do we do this? Let's push. Finally, we got this sucker out, but that does not belong in there. This SIM tray does not belong in here, man. Horrible. I'm just gonna give her one. I think I have a pink one too. Okay, so let's get on with this repair. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna speed through it. I'm just gonna take her board off. Okay. Alright. Let's get the camera thing off. There we go. Take that sucker out. We're gonna need a special tool here. It reminds me of my nephew's wheel bearing tool, but he has it's super small. Okay, so this goes for this one here. See that? It's a different screwdriver. Goes here. Take that sucker out. And I usually just line them up in a way that I can remember how they go. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. Like, I've done so many of these repairs. This screws, like, you can leave 1, 2, 3, even 4 out, and 10 times out of 10, that phone will still work. I don't know if somebody else knows. Like, or knows something I don't about those screws missing and stuff, besides them like not securing the connector or anything, just let me know. I'm for sure it'll void warranties and stuff like that, but the whole functionality, I don't think it'll affect it in any way. Okay. Whoa. Now what does matter is some of these screws are longer than others, and you could mess up the board by putting a longer screw where it shouldn't go, or a thicker screw, etc. You can burn some stuff out. And I don't think the customer realizes how hard this type of work is. But she promised she was going to help us get the whole world to subscribe. I hope she does, because her phone will be famous. Alright, a couple more screws here. Alright, let's lift this motherboard real quick. Alright, and it's almost out. We're just going to get this antenna out of here. Bam, bam, bam. This is her board. This is her water damage indicator, her liquid. And this frame is garbage. Now, Okay, put this to the side. We could probably use it for, I don't know, something. So let's go ahead and do the same thing we just did, but now on this pink one. Okay, we got this. I'll put these screws on this side. I won't need to be putting those back. Okay, I'll leave the phone down here so you guys can watch. Okay, we need that cool little tool. Now this frame is from an iCloud lock, from an iCloud lock iPhone 6s. Those, I mean, it's too people claim they can remove iCloud for $300. Too expensive, especially for a 6s. So now we are replacing her screen. You guys remember we have to get her old home button out of this old screen so that her Touch ID can still work. People get scared when it comes down to motherboard repairing or replacing because of all the little screws, but you just put them in an order where you can remember, and just be careful. Some of these screws are in a weird angle, like these two suckers right there. Just put the little piece. Look at, you see how I have these screws right there? They're all in order. I got these two up at the top. I got these two here, and this one here. And it's like a puzzle. Got it unlatched, this little sucker there. And when you take, oh good, this one comes with a SIM tray. I'm gonna give it to her. You see how easy that was to remove? So that's her new SIM tray. This one is basura. So let's pull this board out of here. Now it's still stuck. Let's see what is keeping it. Why is this stuck? Okay, there you go. I'm gonna take this cable out because it's going on her board. Alright, we are missing a screw here. That one I'll just put by itself. That's probably going to be the first screw I put on. Oh, here's another screw up here by the camera. I'll put that one up here too, and those will be the first two screws I'm going to put on. There we go. That's the iCloud Lock 6S. Let's get her. But see how it has that red? I'm going to see if there's... We'll put it under the microscope real quick just to see if there's any real corrosion we should worry about. So we'll go to microscope main. Let me see here. Alright. Okay. Just gonna see if there's any corrosion on there. Not really. It's dirty, but let's flip it around real quick. See what. There's some corrosion there. Again, this girl promised she's gonna help us spread the word, so I'm gonna help her by cleaning, complimentary cleaning the board. Something we charge for. It's not too bad anyway, so I'm not gonna use alcohol on it. Let me zoom out of this real quick. Alright, so that's that. I'll clean the front of it for her too. She better hook us up with a bunch of subscribers. Alright. Alright, so that one's cleaned up a bit. Let's go back to our hands main view with no scope. There you go. Alright, so let's click this sucker back on there. That little cable. Hit this antenna. Click on the. There it is. These little things go first because it goes underneath that black plastic. Alright, and what else? Make sure the connectors, there's a couple connectors that need to go over the board. Alright, so when you're putting the board back, make sure you put it underneath this plastic here. And this silver thing also goes on top. Remember, that's one of the screws that I'm going to put first. Here it goes. That's probably a ground. I think it is a ground or something. And I was going to put this one first too. Alright, so there that goes. Bam. That doesn't look too good. Let me see what's going on. Oh, sure enough. You see that? There's a connector underneath there. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to give this a little bit of lag. Pull it out. Let me see if I can lift it with this. There you go. That's what was going on. Alright. That's why I wasn't sitting properly. Guys, be careful. Click that back up. Put this little cover back on there. And start with the two top screws. Get that second screw going. There it is. Get these screws going. You can see I'm just grabbing them in that same order. See, that's on the left. There you go. These are real customers' phones. So, alright, I'm gonna put this back on there. So if I break a customer's phone here, I'm on blast. They're gonna see me break their stuff. Let's hope that never happens. Okay, we got this one that covers that plastic up there. Cool. We got the one with the cool little. I'm gonna use my tweezers for this one to place it first. Yep, that's not gonna work. Let me see here. Have to twist it a little bit with my tweezers and my finger at first. Probably my finger. I'm using my tweezers to get that first twist in. There you go. Gotta get creative, guys. You see this thing? It's deep. So that nut was going in and there was no way I was going to be able to push it in there. Alright, so now we got that camera from this frame, which is already on there. That's good. Let me just make sure everything. Let me see this real quick. Why it's giving me a little hard time. I'm gonna lift it and see if there's a plastic or there's dirt in there. Come on. Alright, I'll worry about that in a bit. Let's put the rest of these screws, which is just one more. She didn't have a SIM card in her tray, so I'll just do this here. Now be careful, because if I would have just pushed that SIM tray, I would have ripped that antenna. You see, that antenna needs to go down here. Just making sure that SIM tray doesn't hit that cable. Alright, back to this camera. Let's get that one out of the way, and then we can get onto the screen. Why isn't it clicking? There you go. No. Let's see why it's not clicking. Let's look at the microscope real quick and see. Scope main. Let's see if we can see something. I'm gonna get a better camera for the microscope, guys. That one looks yellow and stuff. Okay, so that connector looks good. Why is it not sitting properly? But you see how this is kind of crooked? Let me see. A lot of times you gotta look into like this side right there. That one's good. Sometimes just the plastic is like pushed. It's blocking. Alright, so that's fine. Let me look at the connector one more time. Connector looks good. And sometimes you mess up and you get a regular 6 frame, or you try to put a 6 camera on a 6S frame. No, that does not work. But this case, it's a 6S. Her phone is a 6S. Let me see. I'm gonna try bending her connector a little bit. And there we go. I'm gonna try to hit it from one side first. Looks like that worked. Yep. Sometimes you gotta bend the connector. The connector might be like a little like in a U shape. You could bend it this way or make it straight, whatever. Okay, so that's that. Let's just plug in her old screen real quick, just to see if it turns on. Plug in the charging port right here. Well, let's go back to hands main, no scope. There you go, sorry. Let's put in the charging port, the battery. Wait, before we do the battery, let's do this little antenna here. There you go. Everything else is plugged in. All the screws are back. Cool. Battery's going on. There you go. Let's see if it's charged. And I don't think that battery is charged. Let's plug it in real quick. Let's plug it in. We might need to put her battery. Yeah, the battery's just not charged. You guys can see that there. There you go. That's her battery right there. So I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna unplug it real quick. Unplug the battery. I'm going to unplug her old screen, and meanwhile we're replacing or changing her parts to the new screen. I'm gonna let this charge. I'm gonna plug in the battery, and I'm gonna leave this charging. There could be a chance that this charging port may not work fully. So you got to make sure you got a good frame with a good charging port. Otherwise, we'll just replace your charging port. Okay, let's start taking off the parts of her old screen. Roger Pettis. I'm going to write back to Roger. Okay. I usually take this thing off. It's just bugs me. It's just in the way. Okay, take off all the little screws. Oops. There it is. I'm gonna get that right now. Okay. These are all the shield screws. Home button screws. Put them all in order so you don't forget where they go. Okay. Now you guys remember this shield goes on top of the home button shield. On top of that one. Goes over it like that. Home buttons, very important. I usually I take it off from the top down on all devices. I go like that. There you go. I give it a little push. And always, just always heat up the home button. You don't want to rip it. You don't want to rip anything. Anyways. Okay, so grab it. There you go. Put the home button right here. And then finally, let's get the speaker, the ear speaker, and let's heat up these flex cables too. Now, this screen is not recyclable because you guys saw how it was jumpy and it was all messed up, the LCD, so they won't buy that back. You just need to take this part off. Trash. So this one, and this one does not have the proximity sensor plastic. You know, you see this plastic for the camera? Well, it needs a plastic around there, unless it got stuck on the sensor, which it didn't. It usually gets stuck right in here, and it's not there. So I'm gonna trash this screen. Go grab me a new screen real quick. Oh man, those shoes. We did more work than we needed to because someone was nice enough to have it ready. So all we needed to do was take the home button out and put it in the new screen. There you go, click on the home button. So in this video, just reverse the steps when you're replacing the screen and you don't have these small parts already on the new screen. So basically the speaker, this shield, and this other shield right here. Okay, it's a good practice, you know, have them ready. We call this a prepped screen. It's a new screen, but it's prepped because usually they don't come with all the small parts. So this one already has it. We try to do this so to make repairs faster for the customers. In this case, it didn't really matter. I mean, I wish I had a non-prepped screen for the sake of the video, and also this is not a 15-minute repair. Usually 15-minute repairs are for customers who are waiting outside, and we're not doing other extensive stuff. This one was a frame replacement and all that stuff, so there's no way we're gonna do it in 15 minutes. No way. Alright, let's put the home button shield back on. Here we go. And let's unplug our success that we're charging. Let's plug in her screen. There's a guy waiting, but I already told him it'll be 6 o'clock. Let's make sure these are the right connectors, and sure enough, this one goes first. Wait. Yep. Hey Valerie, go tell the guy that they'll be right with him.
What?
Go tell that customer that somebody will be right with him. That dude's practically crawling in through the window.
Here, wait outside.
Alright, cool. Alright, let's see if it turns on. It says it needs charge. So, let's let it charge. And it is showing that it's charging up here, so I'm going to let it sit for a while. Well, that's it, I guess. The screen is showing, you know, it does display. So, there's the battery right there. Let me see if I can show you guys here. There's the battery. You can barely see it on this camera. But there's display, and the buttons are working. The charging port is working. And that's it. We did a frame. Here, let me get on the big screen. So we just did a frame replacement on this 6S. This is what it looked like before, with her bad screen that we trashed already. So this is what her phone looked like with the bad frame. We swapped her board into a good frame, a pink one. She wanted a pink one, and it's now in there. And we swapped out her screen to a good one. So here it is. Now we're just waiting for it to charge. If you guys have any questions or any tips, any comments, feel free to leave a comment down there. And if you have any requests, what phone I should upload, what phone we should upload, because Wendy will be doing videos soon. Just let us know in the comments. We appreciate you watching. Subscribe and tell your friends. You guys can learn something. I mean, you guys will learn how to save money here if you do it yourself. If you guys have personal questions, you can always email us at contact@911gadgets.com.